In the beginning was the age of darkness, then the age of men, and then the age of fire. According to the calendar of the Magisterium d'Orleans, there are 5 days left in the year of 2167 of the Fourth Age on the planet known as Etta. I would warn all who travel her shores. Not everything here is as it seems. Good evening, everybody. I am Justin McGregor, your demon host. Going around the table, we have...
I'm Liz, and I'll be playing Aoife, your Swamp Witch Warlock. Nailed it.
There it is.
Nailed it. 13 episodes
so proud.
folks. Finally nailed it. All right. Next.
I guess that's me. Hi, I'm Abe. I'll be playing Frostbite, your fairy druid, and Marge, your warforged barbarian.
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 Hi. Hi, I'm Kayla. I will be playing your half-elf paladin, Diana.
Hi, it's Nikki, and I'll be playing your sassy wine aunt Nikki. Nope. Nia.
Or
They're the same person.
Both.
It's just the same person. Freudian slip.
yes. Yes.
Okay, usual start of stream business. First and always, we'd like to thank Gabe James Games for the class modifier module that was used to create every character on the show. The CMM is a narrative-based replacement for racial ability modifiers. We don't believe that race has anything to do with what you're capable of in the real world, so why build it into our games? Secondly, we would like to thank Chris Sergi for all the music you will hear throughout the show, including the awesome intro stuff. We do not yet have a what? We do. Okay, I'm getting notes from the producer. We do not yet have a charity picked for the next quarter. We are working on some big things to roll that out. So as soon as we know the when and how of that, we will make that announcement. And finally, we are continuing to use the plot point mechanic from the back of the DMG. This means that at any point, one of my players, once per character level, can insert a plot element into a scene, and I simply have to deal with it.
Revolution.
Yeah.
And be determined.
Yeah. And so we come to what I still call my favorite part of the show. Although my favorite part actually happens after. Yes, we need to reach back a little bit because our last episode ended in a peculiar way. And so, reaching forward from the end of the last episode, a pseudopod grows and attempts to grapple our characters and drag them into the recap. I need you all to roll strength or dex, your choice. Whoever rolls lowest gives the recap.
Noted. Also,
I don't have to do this, do I?
That's right. You're off. Yeah. Nope. Nikki, you're off this week.
Thanks, chat, for believing in me. Appreciate you all.
Such a vote of confidence.
It ain't Marge.
Shut the front door.
That is a 19 plus 3. That's 22.
That's 22. All right.
Go, Liz, go. Go, Liz, go.
44 for me.
Nah, that's a 4.
Oh.
I'm proud of you.
I believed.
Took 12 episodes, but here we are. It's finally my turn, and I have a feeling
You haven't given the recap yet?
Oh, that was a hell of a run. She's never done it.
Oh my God.
I've never had to give the recap, so
Wow.
Out
yeah.
of the 11 given by players,
Yep.
this is your recap.
Yep.
Okay,
This is it.
10 because we didn't do the first one.
Right.
Make it count.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. We started off in the house. There was a fight between Small Dragon Pod and Frostbite. It was Fight Club. We broke the rule because we talked about Fight Club. but we didn't talk about Fight Club. We completely denied that there was a Fight Club that happened. There was a whole moment where Nia mentioned Petrus being a house husband, and I had the Feyce, which was not great. We were all very distressed about that. Lucy is coming with us on this journey all of a sudden. There was decaffeinated coffee for Frostbite. Let's see. I don't think I'm missing anything else from the house. We made our way through the swamp, noticed that the mud blood is bigger than it was before when we made our way back from, and made our way inside, found the warg, who had some good information to impart to us. Noticed that the pierogi was wedged a little bit tighter in the hallway than it was when we left. I remember somebody crawling through the wall to look in that room,
and Frostbite,
and the hole was collapsed. We like a spell. We used a spell to collapse the hole. Okay. We went out to the dry lake bed around into the office room, took the candelabra and all of the books. Don't think we took anything else, but I may be misremembering something. Had a messaged conversation with the librarians. We did not hear the spooky yikes voice, which was fantastic. There was some interesting information that they imparted to us, things that made me question whether or not the Lunomic and Oberon are, if there's something going on there, or if Oberon is in the dark. And then we made our way back through the mini dungeon. I have vampire teeth now. Managed to get the magnifying lenses from the hole in the ceiling. And then we went down some stairs. Oh, there were some talking mushrooms. Abe talked to some mushrooms.
There are some fun guys, yeah.
Yep, there was some. Yep, the joke about the fun guys. Yep, there was not a fairy circle, but almost. It tried real hard.
It is currently trying very hard.
Semantics. It is currently trying very hard to become a fairy circle. And then we went down a set of stairs, and Diana got tapped on the foot by a tentacle something. And we rolled initiative.
We did.
That actually, you know what? That went a lot better than I expected.
I think you did really well for your first time. For your first time out, that was bravo.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. We'll recap again.
Yes.
Eva definitely crushed it tonight. She got her name and she did the recap.
Right?
Lucky number 13 for Eva tonight.
Oh, I mean, it's always lucky number 13 for me.
Aoife is wording very well. We'll see how well that continues.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we are entering in combat. Just so that we remember where everyone is. You're fine. The rug is laid out across the landing of the stairs. Diana was stepping across. We will say you actually made it to the upper stairwell, despite getting smacked, because it did not manage to grapple you. And everyone else is on the original stairs. And so we have something in front of us, and Abe, you are first in initiative.
And I'm assuming I saw exactly where that tentacle came from.
Yes, you did.
You can see the blue beam shoot out of Marge's forehead as I, in the famous words of one of our friends, guiding bolt the motherfucker.
Do the thing.
That is a 13 on the dice, plus 8 is 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
That hits.
9.
Actually, wait a minute before you continue. My apologies. I need to do your spell save DC.
My spell save DC is
Yes,
a
sir.
16.
Does not meet. Okay, go ahead.
9, 10, 11, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna swing for the fences as Marge goes into a rage and proceeds to beat the hell out of it.
Do the thing.
First
Like
attack
punching
gonna-
it?
No, with his quarterstaff.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Don't want you to get sucked into a cube of goo or anything.
First attack is a 17.
Hits.
Second attack's gonna be reckless.
Mm-hmm.
That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That hits.
Nice. So that is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage.
Okay. Very good. Is that everything you got?
And then he's gonna shimmy so that he's out of so that Aoife and Nia can see around him,
Uh-huh.
but
Works
not
for me.
walk out onto.
Gotcha. Not step out onto the bugbear.
Yep.
So that brings us to Aoife. What you got?
I am going to cast Chill Touch.
Okay. Roll it.
It's been a minute.
Mhm.
23.
That hits. I need your spell save DC, please.
14.
I could say that it's
I don't like that. I don't like that. What is
Missed by one. Okay, do your thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine when you make like the evil laughter noises. don't appreciate that at all.
I'll try to restrain myself.
Sure, that's a full 16 points of damage.
nice.
Get it.
And it is necrotic, so I don't know if it takes any extra damage for that or not. It cannot regain any hit points until the start of my next turn. And if the target is technically undead, it has disadvantage on attack rolls on me until the end of my next turn.
It is not undead.
Ooh, that's a horrifying thought.
Necrotic.
No, it's just straight damage for that. Okay.
Yep.
Which brings us to its turn. It was most displeased with Marge, who got a real smack on it. So here comes the pseudopod.
Remember that's an advantage because reckless.
I mean, a dirty 20 was going to hit no matter what.
Barely.
What is it doing?
Growing a tentacle and going smack.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Ooh, I don't have enough dice for that. Shit, I should have thought I had.
I don't have enough dice for that.
Excuse me, those are not the words you want to hear from your DM.
No. Excuse me?
How often do I land a hit, people? Really?
Especially from a smack.
That would be 24.
Ooh.
Okay.
Noted.
Thank God for rage.
What is Marge wearing right now?
His +1 shirt, his shield, and some pants and a cloak.
Ouch.
Yeah, about those pants.
Yeah.
Where it smacks you, it's kind of a low smack. It smacks you on the leg. and the cloth starts to burn, like chemical burn and sizzle. Yeah.
Yummy.
It also, once it's done its little smack, starts to ooze upward and create a curtain across the lower stairs going down.
Oh no.
And then up around to the ceiling. So it now stretches this whole range up and starting down the stairs.
Oh, that's creepy.
But that is its turn, which brings us to Nia. Finished your
Nia? No. Nia's literally probably shoving something in her mouth as she's watching all of this happen, the popcorn. And is immediately like, Bugbear, come here. Because I'm not letting Bugbear get touched by that. No. I'm not losing my floating castle. Thank you very much. So Bugbear gets summoned back to Nia, and Nia is going to point. Oh no. No, yeah, she's gonna do that. I want to do this instead. No, I'm gonna hold off on that. She's gonna point at the thing and cast Dissonant Whispers and pretty much just whisper at it like, I don't have the voice thingy up. You're just a glorified snot bubble. And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw DC 16.
It makes it.
Oh, what?
Well, it'll only take half damage, which I rolled real good for that. 6 points of psychic damage, and it does not have to move.
1, 2, 3.
I don't like what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
Justin.
I don't like any of this.
Kayla?
This evening. Oh no.
Make a wisdom save, please.
No.
What was your DC?
No, a DC 16.
Make a DC 16 save, please.
No.
Remember that it is the start of a new episode and you have inspiration.
That's a 10.
You can reroll if you want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste a reroll.
Okay. So she would take full damage.
Oh, okay. So Diana, you take 13 points of psychic damage, and you have to run away.
Into the room that I had just jumped into?
In whichever direction that you want, you have to use your full movement to move away from me. So chase your bliss.
Up the stairs.
Chase your
So up the stairs to a room you haven't been in is the most direct way away from her.
Yeah, we're going to go that way.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to regret.
Yeah, you don't have to run directly into danger or anything like that. Like that's
Well, we don't know what's up there, so she may be running
Nope.
directly.
Could be more
into the
danger.
shooter.
Yep.
very sorry. But as a bonus action, Nia sees that is like, I'm sorry. When you get back here, really fuck them up. And you get a bardic inspiration.
So,
Love it.
D8.
so Diana, you get to the top of the stairs because it's less than 30 feet. You're in an old disused barracks. There are some beds around, a workbench, table, chairs, that sort of thing. But it's your turn and you've done the thing, so you can always run back.
Sorry about that. Didn't know I was going to do that.
Oh,
Weird.
Yeah, I'm going to run back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get anywhere near it, though.
It definitely hurt you, but then I gave you bardic inspiration.
Makes it all better.
Makes it all better completely.
I'll heal you once we are done fighting.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I am going to cast Arms of Hadar.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
Hi,
So
welcome to being a shady ass paladin.
Yeah.
I love it. This is great.
Remind your DM what that does.
I am pulling it up now because I cannot read my character sheet because I'm blind.
Yep.
Abe knows what that does because Abe considered taking it on a different character.
I have it on a different character, and it's fantastic.
Yes. I invoke the power of Hadar, the Dark Hunger. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from me, battering all creatures within 10 feet. Each creature in the area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, target takes 2d6. On a successful save, it takes half damage. And can't make reaction until the next turn on a fail.
What is your spell save DC?
Fail save DC is 15.
It fails.
Ah.
Marge didn't.
I don't know if Marge is.
Marge would be in the space because Marge is blocking the entrance for you two. He would be within 10 foot of her and the monster.
That is 7.
Oh wait, Marge. If Diana is close enough within 10 feet of you, remember you have a +4 to your save.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Protection.
I don't know if that helps you or not.
What was the damage, Diana?
7.
7. Okay. I can math. Really, I can.
You play Dungeons and Dragons to get good at math.
It doesn't seem to be working.
Does
tonight.
not seem to be helping some of us.
I just realized that I took that off the wrong thing.
Keep it off. Like this quarantine weight, keep it off.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. And that brings us to Lucy,
Oh, dear.
Oh God, my baby.
the baby.
Oh, Lucy.
She's been watching all of this
She has.
and is beside Aoife. And in true Lucy fashion,
Oh, God.
reappears at the bottom of the stairs and appears to attack the stairs. You don't know what she's doing, but she's really pissed at that stair. That brings us back to Abe.
Ooh. We're gonna try something.
Yeah.
Marge's gonna move into close
Okay.
and just a little bit closer, and you're gonna see the vine shoot out of his chest at this sheet. That is a normal straight up attack. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Like, for the record, you're looking
Okay.
for 7. It's not like it's,
Oh.
it's big and squishy. It's not like it's hard to hit.
Oh, that hit 4. It's 8 points of damage, and it is pulled to me. So wherever it had stretched out to,
Okay.
I don't know how you want to handle that.
Define to you.
It is pulled 10 foot closer to me.
So at that point, you would basically be holding it.
We're
Well, the-
real cozy in this stairwell.
Right there in my face.
Right in your face. Okay. We
Yep.
will treat it as not touching you. You said 8 points of damage?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Real cozy.
And
Yep.
and then we're gonna swing twice. First one reckless.
Yep.
That's an 18 on the dice, and a 15 for the second one.
Yep.
$14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 points of damage.
Okay. There we go. Bits of it have started to just turn to liquid, like fluid is sloughing off of this thing, and running down the stairs in both directions, because don't forget there's 2 downs. But it is still oozing. Aoife. What shall we do?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Let's try this dice again since it seemed to work so well last time. Oh. Oh. 15?
That hits.
Oh, sweet.
What is your spell save DC?
14. Don't touch me. I don't like being
No.
touched. Don't touch me.
It is your unlucky night.
No! No.
What was that attack? What was that attack roll again?
15?
Does that meet your AC, Kayla?
Mm.
Nope. Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 15. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, no, her AC is 16.
Okay.
No, my AC. Oh, my AC?
Yeah.
My AC is 18.
Oh, even better.
Paladin.
Then the spell ricochets off of the ooze, and hits Diana to no effect.
What the hell?
Do you have any bonus actions, Eva?
No.
Okay. That means it's the ooze's turn. It was none too happy about that. Eva, does a 15 meet your AC?
No.
Actually, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Does a dirty 20 hit your AC?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Sorry, I forgot to add its modifier.
Cool.
That would be 20 points of damage.
Okay.
She plots revenge on me later.
Nope. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to use a reaction.
Oh.
But I don't think I do because I feel like Aoife would have realized that, there's something going on here. There's a ricochet effect happening,
Yep.
and I don't want to hurt anybody else.
Oh, she's smart like that. And the ooze slips out of Marge's grasp and makes a beeline for Lucy as a tight little ball.
Do I get my attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Better hope you do.
Oh, come on, Preston Dice. It's 14.
That hits.
8, 9, 10, 11, 13 points of damage.
There's barely anything left, but there's just a little bit of ooze. Keeping on trucking straight for Lucy.
Hey, somebody else is standing next to it, too.
That's right. AoE.
Oh.
Do it.
So I'm not on my way to care. She imagine that. I'm going to attack it with greatsword, and that's a 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits it.
86. That is 8 points of damage.
It liquefies.
Nice.
And there's just something that looks like melted orange jello oozing down the stairs.
It just like covered my boots.
Ew.
This whole time, Lucy has not let go of that stare. She is mad at it for God knows what reason.
Lucy, why are you eating the stare?
Not stare.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Well, then what is it?
One moment, please. And Nia will cast our favorite spell, Dispel Magic, on the stair.
Hold, please.
When here I was just gonna thump it with my quarterstaff, but that works.
I don't actually know how You'd think all these years of playing D&D, I'd know this.
I mean, the rules are changing all the time. Let's be honest.
We often just throw the rules out the window also.
Very much.
Yeah. I just like this one. I'd like to actually get right. Since I went, okay. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Then in that case,
Whack
I
it.
will go over and smack it with my quarterstaff. Just
Roll your attack.
okay. Haven't had to do that in a while. I need to not be looking at spells. That would probably help. 13.
For the record, that doesn't meet its AC, but it's enough to get its attention and piss it off.
Cool.
No.
I made the stairs mad.
You
y'all.
made the stairs mad, and their giant maw with huge pointy teeth opens up and gives a roar. We'll just keep the same turn order.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I get a visual on this? Is it like the space where the cube was opens up with
No.
teeth? It's literally just
the stairs going down.
yeah.
Yeah, the stairs going down. You go to whack the stairs, and it's
Just like the top stair?
No, like in the middle, a mouth opens up and turns toward you.
Neato burrito. Okay.
Yes. You pissed off the giant mimic.
Cool. Well, I'm
Oh, there
glad.
was a mimic.
Yes,
There was a mimic.
Really
Great.
glad that nobody decided to step on that staircase.
Yeah, I was trying to get somebody to run for it, and it wouldn't. Just never happened.
Oh God, I'm so glad you didn't run that way, Diane. No.
Can I don't even know if this would technically be a reaction. Can I snatch Lucy up and like take 2 steps back?
You can't reach Lucy.
Oh.
She's about 20 feet in front of you. She's at the bottom stair.
Oh.
She's biting its butt cheek.
Yeah. She. I've actually given her 2 rolls, and she's missed both times.
Oh, sweetie.
Yep.
I have misunderstood, but now I have a good visual on where we're at. Cool.
Okay. Yep.
You can't really miss the teeth now.
Yeah.
So, where were we in turn order?
Diana had just went.
Diana got an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was the
cube
ooze.
Yeah,
had gone.
So
The
it's
cube had
Nia's turn.
Actually, if the ooze just went, that means it's the mimic's turn.
Oh.
Oh, goody.
Foo.
Well, isn't that just good for it?
We've already covered the fact that a dirty 20 will in fact hit Aoife.
Yeah.
Actually, wait
Actually.
a minute. I'm going to use one of my Cosmic Omen Woe abilities,
Okay.
and you were going to take 6 off of that.
So a 14, which
It does not hit.
does not hit. That maw turns towards you and snaps. But you were just too quick on the step back. And out of range. So that brings us to Nia.
Neat.
Great. Wonderful. I hate it. I really don't want it here anymore, so so many options. I'm going to I'm just gonna cast another just whispers on it.
What is a mimic gonna look like when it runs away?
No, this is funny. This is super funny.
Like me running down the street.
Oh my gosh.
So I look at the mimic, its giant teeth and everything, and I'm just like, what does a creature like you fear? And it needs to make me a wisdom saving throw DC 16.
Okay.
Please do.
That is a 14 on the dice plus 1. It misses by 1.
So I project a phantasmal image of the creature's worst fear. Well, okay, so that would have hit a bunch of people, but I'm angling it so it only hits the mimic and it goes up the staircase that no one is on. While frightened by this spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you at the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there's nowhere to move. This thing is just afraid of something, whatever that thing is, and now it has to run
On its turn.
on its turn.
On its turn. Okay.
It does make a. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it cannot see you, the creature makes a dexterity save or wisdom saving throw, and if it succeeds, the spell ends. But otherwise, it lasts for a minute.
Very good. Out of curiosity, the visual effect, you would see it, right?
We can see it. So literally, just like poofing in front of a mimic, we see
An exceptionally well-dressed man.
Oh, goody!
Do we recognize this exceptionally well-dressed man?
You do not.
Great. I'm going to
he
hoard this
is-
image in my brain.
Oh yeah, definitely saving that one away for later.
Short dark hair, human ears, pale skin, black double-breasted coat. So,
Wonderful.
that
And then Nia's hair turns completely green. Scales begin to appear on her face, and she looks a little more siren-y as she casts the mantle of inspiration upon herself. And everybody, including Lucy, gets 8 temporary hit points.
nice.
And you can all now use your reaction to move without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Nice, thank you.
Mars is getting right up in its real face. What do you want to call this? It's a maul.
Aw,
The
yeah.
maw.
It's actually the word from the description of the thing. That brings us to Diana. You have an angry staircase.
I do have an angry staircase. Wait, the mimic doesn't move at all, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yet,
On
Not
On its
yet.
turn.
on its turn.
It has to take the dash action.
Good.
Either way.
I woulda try to stab it.
Do the thing.
I woulda try to stab it. Not with a nat 1.
You do have a reroll.
I do have a reroll, but I also have another attack.
That's true.
So I'm going to save my reroll for when I'm looking for traps.
That way you can find them.
Yeah, hopefully. That's a 10.
You'll find him either way. With all your modifiers?
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Oh, good lord.
Did you still keep the bardic do you still have the bardic inspiration?
I do.
I got you.
That is 17.
That hits.
Nice. Much better.
Cool.
Also, if you're standing next to this thing and it happens to run away because it's a real scaredy cat, you do get attacks of opportunity on it. Just a reminder.
Wonderful. That's a 10 damage.
A 10 damage.
Nice.
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 Sadly, takes it to a 68, not a 69, but that's okay.
Nice.
Damn.
I missed by 1. Okay, that brings us to Lucy, who is still down there just growling like crazy. Your girl finally managed to get a hold of it.
Proud of you, Lucy.
And that brings us back up to Marge.
First question: since Lucy's downstairs, is
Yes.
it considered flank?
Yes.
So the, so
This is
a
great.
great
the first
question.
thing I need you to do for me, Justin,
Yeah.
is I need you to make a DC 16 con save, and if it is considered a shape changer, this is at disadvantage.
Okay, the first roll was a 6. Do I really need to make the second one?
Yes, in case
For
it's in that one.
giggles.
Cool.
It was an 8.
So
Okay.
cool. So what the party sees is a beam of moonlight comes down from the roof and covers the mimic. It reverts to its original state instantly.
Okay,
What does the mimic look like in its natural form?
Oh no.
a puddle, a
And
gray
it's gonna
puddle.
A gray puddle, you say?
Yes. a
How
gray
interesting.
puddle.
18, 19, 20,
Which is now
22
surrounding
points.
Lucy. I mean, liquid does what liquid does.
Liquid does what liquid
It
does.
fills its space given.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And it is going to take 22 points of radiant damage.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. You gave me 22 points of damage. I took that. Is it taking it twice?
No, that
Okay.
was, that was
all right. I got the
I didn't know
22.
if you heard. I didn't know
Yep.
if you heard me.
Yep.
How far away is it from me now?
10 feet straight down.
Cool. I'm gonna jump on it.
Splash in that
Attack it.
puddle.
Both attacks.
What are you doing now? You jumping on it and
March, both attacks. Whack, whack.
okay. Do it.
And does it still flank since it's a puddle around Lucy?
Technically no.
Okay. First is going to be reckless.
Yep.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
And the second is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. All right.
Did just 12 hit?
It does not.
Okay. So it is going to take
A butt ton of damage. Yes.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
You can stop.
22 points of damage.
Damn. Okay.
It was a crit. Why are you dead?
No, that was 43 points of damage in one turn. Not bad,
For one
dude.
hit. For
One
one
hit.
hit.
It's 2 hits from 2 different characters.
Fair. It's the moonbeam and then the wacky whack. Sorry, phrasing. Is that everything you've got? Abe,
Yeah.
you done, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Aoife, you're up.
I walk to the edge of the drop.
Mhm.
And you said it's 10 feet from the edge.
Correct.
Reach into my pouch
Mhm.
and pull out a handful of sand
Okay.
and crush the sand in my hand and cast Destroy Water. Destroy 30 gallons of water with my spell.
Dehydrating an ooze. Well, I say, hold on. Math.
Oh, please, while we do math. Thank you all so much for coming and watching Saving Feyce. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Remember, math is power.
And drink some water. It's very important.
Hydrate. Because
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Eva's gonna come over and
That's right.
suck that water out of you.
Phrasing.
To be fair, my initial response was I would like to fill the mimic with water, but then the mimic was no longer a mimic and it was a puddle, so I thought destroying it would be very easy. So,
Quick spot of math suggests that you just removed 30% of its total mass. And so I'm going to give you the equivalent of that in hit points.
okay.
Wait, holy bejesus.
It's like a blight spell.
Yeah, so this thing already small is steadily smaller because you just whopped a third of it based on a back of a napkin volume calculation.
Sweet.
I mean, you could ask the math guy.
Yeah, I know, but it's done. And we're going to give it that it was the third closest to you,
Makes sense.
which would effectively free Lucy from being around this thing.
Fantastic.
And it is its turn.
Run away. Run away and
Yep.
never come back. That's essentially what's going on.
And it oozes away quickly. In fact,
Lucy has an attack of opportunity if she wants it.
Marge.
no, because
No?
the part that you were standing by disappeared,
It's gone.
dude.
Oh,
That was
damn.
my bad.
Yeah, and Lucy rolled a 2, so that crap ain't happening. So, Marge, from where you're standing, you can see that you're actually looking down a shoreline. If you remember the way the map was, the vanishing point came down to a shoreline similar to the lake that was above. And there's a long beach. And you see this mimic get about halfway down the beach, hang a right, and disappear.
Marge would turn his head up and go,
It appears to be a beach down here. Don't know if we want to follow the mimic or investigate what lies up before continuing.
Yeah, I found old barracks this way. Thanks, Nia.
You're welcome. If it really wants to come back, it'll come back. But I'm just gonna let it. Well, actually, if it turned a corner and it can't see me anymore, it can make a dexterity, another wisdom saving throw to try and break out of the fear pathway. But if it wants to come back, we should take the time to investigate things before it comes back. If it wants to, I don't think it will though, because that was some good splashing in that puddle. Proud of you. Good job.
Good splish splashing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could do that with like meat to make jerky? Just an option.
Removing water?
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, no, I don't think so. I don't think it
Okay.
works. I don't think it works like that.
You can try it later when we
Oh,
go
but
back to the hut.
Yeah, you know, maybe we'll try on some vegetables first. Maybe some,
Some fruit leather? Yeah, that could work.
yeah.
By the way, Eva, dear, how are you feeling?
A little shaken. I certainly wasn't expecting a stair-sized mimic today.
How are you looking, like, hit points wise?
Oh, about a 40 out of a 60. Doing okay. Doing all right. Doing okay. Don't need to heal yet. I'm good. We're solid.
Does anybody does anyone want some Nia loving before we continue on?
No, you know I do, sweetheart.
Marge would turn.
Oh, oof.
I'm so glad no one can hear that. Yes, Marge.
Marge would pick up Lucy and like lift it, put back up,
I will take her.
and then proceed to climb back up.
As I am holding on to
6.
Lucy, I lean down and I whisper, "I know that you told him. Please don't do that again."
Lucy nods. So Abe, you are lower down than like this is going to require something to get you up 10 feet.
Cool. Gonna back up 10 foot.
Yes.
Running start, jump, climb.
Give me a dex check.
Uh,
Call it DC 12.
can I use athletics?
Sure.
And will the fact that Marge should have a 6-foot vertical leap help, according to the jump rules?
Yes.
That's a 17.
Okay. You made it. So,
Diana,
We
you
are-
take 11 points of healing.
I would also like to take a quick moment to sorry, trying to read a thing real quick. Taking my grimoire out of my bag real quick,
Mhm.
and writing a message to Petrus asking him what's wrong.
While that's going on, you're going to see the panel in front of Marge's chest open. Frostbite's coming out. Fucking his pants, really? He's going to go down there and just start mending where the hole is. Before climbing back in, and you still see the little pulses of blue light as he continues to cast mending from the inside.
Okay. E5 messaged you back. So we are headed up the stairs then?
Yes.
Okay. At the top of the stairs, as Diana said, you come to what appears to be an old barracks. By the condition of things, it doesn't look like this room has been used in decades at best. It does, however, look like one day somebody just got up, walked off the job, and left all their crap lying around. There are mining tools, there are dirty dishes still on the table. Whatever was on them has long since turned to dust. There are beds, there are cabinets, there's a chest. But otherwise, it looks like what you imagine a miner's barracks might look like. The whole thing is 40 by 40 with a 12-foot ceiling.
Can I go kick the chest?
Do what?
Can I go kick the chest?
Sure. The wood on the front of the chest breaks.
Is there anything in it?
Extraordinarily brittle. Yeah, actually, there is.
Oh, I found stuff.
You did.
Ooh.
And it's not a trap.
It's not a trap. Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, so there's a handful of gold, 14 gold pieces, a dozen silver, and a small collection of rough gems, in addition to mundane items like, clothes, spare pair of boots, that sort of thing.
Any pants that will fit Marge?
I just fixed my pants.
His pants
You all could
are
always use a
fine.
spare.
They're brand new. It's boop, and it's
Okay. I'm just
fucking
checking.
monster.
Hurt your friends, all that. The pants, however, by God, lack of decency, I swear.
I heard Nia healing everybody, offering it's fixed the pants.
Yes,
Can't
I
have-
can heal. Bards can heal.
And they
Oof.
I just did it to Diana. Do you want some Nia loving as well, Marge or Frostbite?
I mean, I could have healed myself, but it was better coming from her.
I've got this. I've got the time and the energy.
We're fine.
I'm gonna take the gold, the silver, and the gems. I'm gonna leave everything else.
Okay. I'll give you a list after the game. There are a total of 6 rough gems.
Cool.
Anything else we want to do while we're here?
I want to look through the cabinets.
Sure. There's pretty standard mining equipment. Helmets with little round things attached to the front of them that appear to have shutters on the front. One really odd-looking safety helmet. It's banded in what looks like tarnished brass. Not really sure what that's about. Everything else is picks and axes and repair tools, that sort of thing.
Does anyone know what this is? I don't know anything about mining. Was not a hobby of mine.
Maybe it was the boss's hat? Who knows?
Maybe.
It's-
I'm more concerned about what metal it's made out of.
Any kind of knowledge help with that?
You can call it a nature check. DC 12. I mean, it's fairly common.
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah, I mean, it's those are bronze bands, running all the way across and in a cross pattern across the top.
Any significance? If they're like
not
flip it over and look, is there a name written?
Nope.
Cool, I'm leaving it.
It's probably cursed anyway. It's fine.
That's cool. Marge would pick it up.
Okay. Okay, I saw the hand motion. Does anyone put the frickin' hat on? Okay, just checking.
Especially not after you ask that question. No, sir. Nope.
My goodness.
DM has to do DM things. Sorry.
Totally.
And we're leaving everything else. Is that right? No mining helmets.
You said it's just some mining helmets and some picks and some axes.
Yep.
We're talking like pickaxes or
No. This is like you would excavate with
a pick and then a axe.
Yep. Picks and axes.
Marge would get one of each because
Because why not? Do you take one of the?
Diana will take an axe. One axe.
Okay. Does anyone take one of the mining helmets?
I should, but
Dark.
I'm
I
not.
don't need a light.
I have the candelabra now.
Okay. I have to check. And so that actually brings us right up to break time. After which we will see what's in some of these other rooms. Yeah. Cool. We will be back in 15 minutes. See you then. Hey everybody, welcome back. When we last left our party, they were semi-looting a barracks. Took some, left others, and we have a couple of spaces left to explore. So, we have taken the fancy hat, 2 axes and a pick, I believe. As well as some gold and assorted gems. Where to now, friends? We're going to try back down the way we came or something else.
There's no other way out of this room, right?
Correct.
Well, I think that kind of...
You could have wanted to do something else. I don't know.
We could go the direction opposite where the mimic oozed off to.
You mean where there are no stairs any longer? So head down the way where there are stairs?
Yeah.
Or head down the last set of stairs that is not the direction we came
Because
from.
we came down, and then there was up, and then there was 2 down. And one down was a mimic.
One down was a mimic. Yep. And so you're going to go down the other down.
Oh my god, was that slime and the mimic working together? Like a symbiotic relationship? Symbiotic? No.
Yes.
Copacetic?
Yes, that's the word you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah. To lure people in and eat them?
Guess who didn't fall for it?
Still
The
got
trap.
that.
The trap finding paladin.
You did.
Proud of
Proud of
you.
You almost did.
I'm smart.
Damn straight. So you go down the mundane stairs
Regular ass stairs.
Regular ass stairs. You get to the bottom of these stairs, and there's what looks like it's been a rock slide. It's not like they're not big rocks. It wouldn't take much to clear them. But the end of the staircase is very definitely caved in. I mean, mage hand and a warforged, and you could do it in no time.
I mean, we've already got mold earth because I used it earlier. Just
Okay.
gonna mold earth it out of the way.
Perfect. The smell that hits you is overwhelming. It's rot and sulfur and some acrid thing you can't quite put your finger on.
My God.
The room is full of mushrooms, a big ring of them all the way around, including right in front of you. They range in size from to as tall as March.
Mm.
You can see in the room two what were probably goblins standing in the middle of the circle, but their features aren't quite recognizable. And behind them is a door with a gray ooze in it that you just sent packing a few minutes ago.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The moment it sees Nia, it oozes right back out the door.
Out the door. I bet Nia Nia looks like the dude or whatever. Like not actually, but like it sees her and it manifests that fearful image. She's just like, oh, thank God, it's still working. Okay.
Aoife, you look like you're about to say something. I don't want to continue if you've got a...
I am not stepping foot in that circle.
Can
It's
you
not-
fly over a
Can
circle?
I fly over the circle?
No. Can a person fly over the circle and be safe? No.
How lucky do you feel about dealing with fairy magic today? Just out of curiosity.
Entering a circle at all is matter
Now,
if you're
to be fair,
physically-
you can see from where you are. There's a break in the circle.
Oh,
where the
okay.
where the mimic went out. There's no mushrooms where the mimic went out.
Okay.
You hear
Captain Vanilla very much all day because I'm here. Good thing.
I'm sorry, I missed about half of that. What?
you hear the panel open and Frostbite stick its head out and go, I said technically you've been dealing with
Appreciate
fairy
you, friend.
magic all day because I'm here. And then he shuts the panel up.
But just in case, Nia's gonna mage hand some mushrooms and pluck a small section out. Just in case.
The smell gets much stronger when you do that.
What? Like Nia's just like, this is wonderful.
And
Nia, stop,
and
please.
several, like you see the spores coming out of several of the larger mushrooms.
Oh, I don't like
We-
this.
we don't
need
want
to
that.
we need to leave. I
And
don't like this
Lucy-
at all.
No.
Starts to make the most god awful sound any of you have ever heard her make. It's like she's trying to talk. Bored curiosity, do any of you speak Undercommon?
No.
Oh, good.
I do.
You do?
I do.
You hear Lucy say,
Why?
Why
Damn
not?
damn it, knock that off. They can't hear you that way.
This is the second time you've done this to me, Lucy.
What? You knew I could talk.
And Sylvan, sure. I'm definitely
What?
talking to her in Undercommon, by the way.
Like, you don't talk more than one languages. I've heard you babble at them in something.
Are you talking to the mushrooms?
I am. They don't have mouths, though, so they communicate by scent. They can't...
What are they doing?
Diana, are you talking to Lucy?
They're pissed because we killed their ooze. They're not really happy about the mimic either.
Lucy's talking to the mushrooms. They're communicating via scent. They're
Wait,
mad because we offed the ooze and chased away the mimic. It's apparently that they belong to the mushrooms.
Can you do me a favor, real
Would
quick?
you like to communicate
Yeah.
with them more directly?
Yeah.
Can you please ask Lucy how many languages she actually speaks?
Hey, Lucy, how many languages do you speak?
4.
What are the other ones?
Abyssal. Let's see. Abyssal, Sylvan, Undercommon, and Primordial.
Oh, fantastic.
So Lucy speaks Sylvan, Undercommon, Abyssal, and Primordial.
Blah blah, my
Fantastic.
bitch. That's primordial.
Oh, good. I understood that. Wonderful. I'm glad that we all at least have one language to communicate with Lucy in now. This is fantastic.
The dog is smarter than me.
To be fair, I'm not actually a dog.
I mean, touche, but still.
Yeah. Tell Aoife not to try to grab me.
Cool.
And
Hey, Eva, don't try to grab her right now.
she pops out into the middle of the circle
A little like this.
and approaches one of the taller ones. Diana, you hear her say, "Just use me. It's fine. I've done this before." I want everyone to roll me perception checks, DC 15.
18.
18.
9.
15.
Okay, so everyone but Aoife sees little fine tendrils growing out of one of the taller mushrooms and going into Lucy's ears. She turns and sits and speaks in perfect common.
Oh, I don't like this.
You know, you really didn't have to kill the ooze.
It didn't have to attack me.
It was our security system.
It tentacle smacked me.
There are ways around. You know, when someone puts a security system in, it's kind of a warning that they don't want you there.
I tried to avoid it, thank you.
I feel like I'm missing part of what's going on here, but okay.
Normally
Okay.
there are signs of beware before you put in a security system. There were no signs.
Yeah, because the sorts of things that come down here most of the time, you don't really want to survive. If you came from where I think you came from, you saw one of them in a cage.
Yeah, that one has its teeth.
Oh. Your teeth looked normal.
In a bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're in a bag.
obviously I have no mouth, so I don't really know how teeth work.
Anyway, so hi.
Hello.
We don't actually mean harm. Again, we were just defending ourselves. We are trying to I guess the big broad term that we want to use here is we're trying to stop We're trying to stop the Iron Court. Is that correct? Is that what I'm trying to get down here? Okay, we're trying to stop the Iron Court. Are you affiliated with the Iron Court?
Like they're just gonna tell you.
They might.
No.
Okay.
We've eaten a few of them. They're not very tasty.
I didn't think so.
Keep up the good work.
You're doing a wonderful job. Continue osmosising and photosynthesising down. Anyway, we are trying to find more information about what went on down here, since there is some Iron Court affiliation.
Are you responsible for the bodies?
Which
Can you be
body?
more specific?
Yes.
The 4 from upstairs, the 2 goblins and the hobgoblin.
Yes.
Yes.
Those would be the ones.
Those and probably the cultists. Yes.
Yeah.
That was us.
Yes. The metal from the cultists is sitting over there. We couldn't dissolve it.
Oh.
Thank you.
If you want it, you're welcome to it. It's kind of junking up the place.
God, I feel like we have to take it if we're gonna
You
go see
know-
my grandson. Maybe not all of it, maybe just one.
You
I
know,
don't think we
we'll take it and get it out of your way in return for killing your ooze and scaring your mimic.
Oh
Quality
goodness. Nia like snaps her finger and breaks the concentration for fear. So the mimic is not scared anymore.
The mimic comes slinking back into the room. Lucy, in her current state, turns around. It's okay, Regic. It'll be all right.
Regic!
You named the mimic. Okay.
They
Is
didn't
that-
mean it.
Does that sound like a solid deal?
We can live with that.
Very important question then. Do you know a gentleman? Who is this person? And Nia will cast a silent image and make that person that the mimic was afraid of. Don't worry, this is just it's not him. He's not real. But this is what the mimic was afraid of. Why?
We don't know his name. We just know what he is and where he lives. He sent the other pointy tooth that you have the teeth from now. He lives on the other side of the water with his kind.
Oven?
They can't cross the water.
Wait, this water?
Great.
Well, I mean,
This
that tracks.
Well, not if they go through water. You don't leave tracks when you go through water. It's a joke. Because there are vampires, apparently, across the river. Ah!
The one up there tried to come around the long way, thinking, I don't know, scouting new territory. Bahab made lunch of him.
Bahab.
May he rest in peace.
I'm very sorry.
Do you have a name? I'm sorry, we are being extremely rude. Do you have a name that we can address you by?
Thurman.
Okay, wonderful.
Marge's gonna reach up and put a hand over Dinah's mouth.
I know better.
It's nice to meet you.
Well met indeed. I'm glad that someone knows the rules.
I know the rules, thank you.
Very good. For what it's worth, the circle is open. You could step in if you want. We will not close it without discussing it with you first.
Where does that door lead?
To a beachhead and the lake.
I see.
You know the person that was living upstairs?
Person.
The
I do
miners?
not.
Near where you found the cultist bodies.
Oh.
The Iron Court bodies.
Oh,
In that little room.
I never met him personally. But our progenitors from the last circle knew him. He's been gone longer than any of us are alive.
You know what this is? And Neil will take the helmet that Marge has and like holds it out. Like, do you know what this is?
No.
Okay. I'll figure it out later. Just thought I'd ask.
Called like a trick question.
No, just sometimes just asking instead of having to spend the magic.
Genuinely curious.
Yes.
Where does the water go?
What do you mean?
The water in the beach?
Oh, across to another cave like ours, only larger.
Do you know what's over there?
Apart from vampires, no.
Okay.
We don't particularly like the water either. And if I want to go anywhere, I'm going down.
Down.
So, just out of curiosity for myself, would we have a pretty solid idea? No, we probably wouldn't. Like an idea of where we are in relation to above ground. Would I have any idea of that?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, you know that you've gone, like, there's been a steady slope down. You turned a corner. It's continued to go down. I mean, you're probably a couple 100 feet down at this point.
Right. But I mean, like, compared to the actual, like, top level
where you
of
would
the
be above.
swamp. Yeah.
So you are, let me do this real quick. You're probably 600 yards behind the ruins.
Would I have any concept of like what would be where this cave is across the lake? Like if I am aware of any other sort of cave system or anything like that over there?
Nothing you would know.
Okay.
I mean, it's headed off in the direction of the Wicked Wood.
Huh.
But you can't see the other, like, you at no
Right.
point have you been able to see the other shore.
Right.
You have no idea how far across the water it is. You just know that's the direction it's going.
Okay. Well, that's interesting too.
I'm going to be completely straight with you all. I don't know how I feel about dealing with vampires. It would, like, it is.
It sounds like a bad idea.
I feel like we got really what we needed to go speak with the grandson. I don't think there's any more to really locate down here at the moment, besides more of the water and vampires on the other side. Unless we want to go down. I don't really want to go down, though. Is there a room down?
No.
Or is it just...
What's down?
The Feywilds, of course.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
no,
no.
we're good.
Nope.
Thank you.
But thank you. We will acknowledge that exists here.
Mm-hmm.
All we have to do is close the circle, and it exists anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day.
Fantastic.
Question.
Not today.
Yes.
You said they come across from the water to come here.
One did. He came the wrong way.
That means there's another way out on the other side.
Why would they come here though, unless to use the exit to leave? I don't believe they eat your kind.
They do not. And they're not very good eating either. But
Imagine they taste stale.
that's a good way to put it. Yes. Just wrong. Take it from something that eats decayed meat. When something to me tastes decayed, it is wrong. If we had to guess, it has to do with that wooden circle up there in the floor. But He didn't know how to use it, apparently. Came down here. Became a snack.
The wooden circle that we went through. Sorry, that wasn't to the mushroom. That was directed to everybody here. The
Yes.
teleportation thingy.
Mhm.
Yep.
It takes us to the Temple of Ordo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, the smaller mushrooms upstairs.
Yes.
Virginity?
No. Emergency circle.
Some of them asked to go with me.
Oh, that's fine.
Adventurous lot.
I would rather you not take any of mine, though.
As you wish.
So,
So we're just gonna take the iron bodies and we'll be out of your gills.
close enough.
Tendrils?
Your way.
Question.
Just we'll be out of
You
the way.
you said they came the long way.
Yes.
Is it just following the beachhead around?
No. The beachhead ends another 100 yards that way. They came by way of the old saloon.
Is that
The
a,
ruined building?
Yes.
Ah,
That means they're coming up, out, across land, and down.
Yes, that would be my guess.
Because
There
if
must-
I remember correctly, vampires cannot cross moving water.
correct.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Like I said, we'll take the iron bodies. You have been
Yes.
very helpful. If we ever need to visit the Feywild for anything, we know where to come to. Can we have our dog back?
You do know
Oh.
she's not a dog, right?
Yes, I'm aware she's not a dog, but
One
she looks
moment.
like a dog.
Just checking.
There are two creatures living upstairs. Wargs.
Yes.
If I can get them to bring you the remains of their kills, would you help watch over them?
Of course.
Thank you.
They are wild things. We have nothing against them.
Just us.
Before I release your Tethwan, I should ask one more question. Would you like me to make you a way out of here so that you don't have to walk all the way back?
that would be marvelous as long as it's not within the Feywild.
Not
She's
that
Very
not
good
walk.
of you to specify.
She's not joking.
I'm not. I laugh because I goodness, there are beings that would absolutely just be like, of course, and then spit us into the Feywild.
Yes.
You're a smart one.
I try.
We said
Get
we
us
would. We said
back.
we would ask first.
Back to the surface of this realm, unharmed.
Of course.
Or we could just walk. It's not
Would
that
it-
far.
When it says "of course," 15 more of these tall mushrooms walk toward the back
fine.
wall,
That's fine.
Hi.
I've seen this movie. It's fine.
being very careful to not close the circle. An entrance opens in the back wall as the dirt simply recedes. And there is a ramp leading several hundred feet up to the surface.
That is a nifty bit of magic right there.
You see Lucy stand, and she kind of does one of these, and then
Hey, Lucy, girl, are you back? Are you good? How do you feel?
that never gets less weird.
Oh.
At least your ears are clean now.
I could have just cast the spell and spoke with them.
Now you tell me.
You saw me do it in the other room.
Yeah, but then we all couldn't hear them.
Lucy, you do have a knack for jumping into things and kind of doing them without letting other people know.
It comes with the job. Sorry.
Marge, shall we grab some bodies and heave ho?
Pile them on the carpet.
Oh, Lord, snap them clean with prestidigitation. Jesus.
Yes.
It's so weird having the Marge voice after not having it for like 6 episodes.
They're so
Oh.
nice. I missed them.
We're walking and we're floating and we're walking and we're floating.
Up the ramp,
Yep.
back to the outside. Because we're not dealing with vampires today.
As you go, who's in the room? Just out of curiosity.
Diana would have been.
Bring it through. Okay.
Yeah.
As you walk, Diana, about 10 feet behind you, you can hear the sound of the earth closing up as you go. What do we need to?
No, I'm just saying, don't
Oh,
like that. That's
okay.
terrible. Sorry.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
okay.
have made that gesture. I'm so sorry.
Oh, just checking.
Yep. Nope.
So yeah, we you hear it closing up behind you, not gaining on you, just matching pace. And when you get to the top, you can see the snow that was on the top has sort of been sloughed off to either side, and you walk out across the snow, and the ground levels off, and a little ring of grass grows right on top of the bare spot. And then clover, and it flowers.
Pretty. Don't touch it.
If we could never go back there again, that would be great.
No, I think they were actually quite nice.
Yeah.
There are worse. There are worse individuals. There are
Yes.
worse.
Yes, there are.
But hopefully we won't have need of their services.
Yes, unless we need to go to the Feywild for any particular reason.
I think if we do that, we should write home first.
As I said, hopefully we will never have any use of their services. Ugh.
What do we want to do with these bodies?
Take them to the grandson.
We need to take at least one of them to the grandson. The other 3 take them to a blacksmith.
Fairy iron. Could you imagine?
There is one not far away.
They'd probably give us something in exchange.
I don't know if I want anything in exchange, but I also don't know. Like, what would happen if you built, goodness, a cart out of fairy iron? That's such a weird phrase.
Is there anything? You know what?
No, I mean, I was
gonna pop out. He's gonna land next to one of the skeletons on Bugbear. You just see his hand glows blue as he casts detect magic.
There is no magic.
Are they mundane? It's just mundane metal.
Yep, it is mundane metal.
It's just mundane steel. Or wait, cold iron. That's what it is, right, Justin?
Yes.
Okay. So we can take one to the grandson and then take the rest to Mashashran to offer to one of the blacksmiths.
We shouldn't have taken out. We need to go back to the temple and see if that dryad's body was still there.
We can go back next time. Because I also don't know what would happen if we went through that portal again. Since it moved us, I forgot how many days forward.
2.
Don't know if it only moves us 2 days back, or a week, or if we go forward again.
That needs experimenting. and not when we're on.
Mission
Not
to
when
save
we're
the
trying to
world.
figure this out.
But where in the swamp are we now? Is the better question.
In response to that, I would like to take a moment to kind of just turn around in a circle to see. Mostly, I'm curious if I can kind of see anything in the direction of where the vampire horde may possibly be lurking underneath the ground.
They're called a coven.
Are they?
So a
I don't
flock
know.
of vampires. A masquerade of vampires, if you will.
Oh, wow.
A murder of vampires.
No. No, those are crows, dear.
It's a frat of vampires. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh, they're all.
That's canon.
Those are
Kyle.
chads, dear.
I am Kyle the vampire.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Kyle makes a return.
Aoife, no, you do not. I mean, you are like between you and whatever that would be, is the ruins. So it's going to be on the other side of that.
I see. Okay, got it.
But I mean, you know this area fairly well.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
nothing that looks like, hey, vampires live here, has ever stuck out to you.
No big old Gothic cathedral looking place. No.
Well,
No
actually,
Volvos.
my thought was more even like an old graveyard.
There's a graveyard at Losh Ashran. I'm trying to think if
Is that the right direction?
yeah, it's back toward Losh. This would be back toward Losh Ashran.
We fought the ogres in front of it. Yes.
Abandoned farmhouses, dried up wells, hit the hell.
And there's a couple of old houses up in the woods. Family plots, not graveyards proper.
Okay.
Of course, they're. Go ahead.
No, I was just say something to think about, investigate later on, maybe. But I imagine it's probably pretty easy for me to pick the direction that we need to be moving to bring these to. So.
Yep.
So we pull out our map and we go from where we are now and we're locating where the grandson is.
Yonder.
Yonder.
No, we need to read these books before we go to the grandson.
Well, you can read the books, right? I can't read the books.
Yes.
What language are they in?
Druidic.
Ah, right.
One of the few you can't use comprehend languages on.
Or at
You
least
can't?
or at least I need to have Marge carefully examine every page so that they're stored in its memory banks, so that I could read them at my leisure.
Is it because they're technically like in a secret coded language?
Yeah.
Oh, that's garbage, but okay.
Druidic, I believe it's Druidic and like Thieves' Cant. Both of those technically are like, because they're like a code. It's not a.
That's
Not a language as such.
fine.
It's the sound of the wind and the creaking of wood. The slap of fish fins in the water.
Wow.
Get out of the river. It's not swim time.
There's no river around.
How long would it if Marge sits on Bugbear with Nia, would he be able to examine each of the pages in those books long enough to get them stored in his memory bank on the journey to the Druid?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, Marge doesn't actually understand Druidic, right?
No, but he would.
I know he can play it back. I understand the concept. I'm just making sure Marge isn't also comprehending as we're going.
He's like a copy machine.
Scanner.
No,
Scanner.
No,
Thank you.
Scanner.
Yeah.
Oh
He's,
my
he's
goodness.
a scanner. So
Okay. Yes, that can absolutely happen.
Love it.
that way we don't have to have downtime.
Love it.
That would be
Downtime, getting hit points back.
So We are not going to drop off the iron. We're going straight to the grandson. Yes?
I don't know how that looks on a map. Is the grandson more like further out into swamp and not towards town?
We're here. The grandson was north, and town was south, right?
No, town is east, but there's a big circle road. So you could go town and around, or you can just go straight to grandson.
And that required basically going through the heart of the swamp, though, right?
No, that required
no?
No.
Okay.
Heart of the swamp is southwest of you.
Right.
Yeah, we avoided the Zydeco Megacroc by taking the east and then across
Right.
to here.
That's what I was thinking of. Right. Okay.
I mean, it's entirely up to you. It's just those are options. If y'all want to go straight to see,
I think it would be faster.
as you wish.
Okay.
It's a dim little road. Obviously not traveled very often. Takes you a couple of hours. No squishiness other than the snow. Also, for being in the domain of a Archdruid, not a hell of a lot of animals.
Where did the squishiness stop?
It didn't come as far as the ruins.
The ruins? Okay.
Yeah. So it hasn't traveled that far. Does anyone have any spells running, anything up? I know Marge is translating.
Yeah, Marge is just...
Yep.
I mean, technically, I have mage armor still up.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Does anybody need any healing?
I am good, thank you.
Okay.
Abe, did you start to add something?
No, that's something you and I still have to talk about.
Okay. You've gone about 1.5 miles up this road. And things get deadly silent. The wind has stopped. Your footsteps start to sound muffled. A voice calls out from the woods. I think y'all done gone far enough.
Oh, hell no.
I don't have the name because it's on my work computer, Justin.
Maleous.
Maleous?
Yes. Maleous Planesweaver.
Frostbite would step to the side and grow full size so that his voice carries.
Mm-hmm.
I come seeking Maleous Planesweaver. I have something he may be interested in and was told he could help.
Well, you found him. I don't know about what you might be bringing. Hey, wait a minute. Damn. Are you Hilda's girl? Out of nowhere, a man appears in overalls, plaid shirt.
Sheepers.
Damn, I ain't seen you in a minute. You grew big.
Is he talking to
Aoife,
me?
right?
Oh, he is talking to me. Like, who the hell is he talking to? Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I ain't seen you in a damn long time, girl. Must have been, shoot. You couldn't have been more than 10. How old are you now?
23-ish.
Oh. Well,
Something.
your grandmama was good people. Came up here to trade herbs every now and again. Who's this says you brought something I might want to see?
She gestures back to the carpet.
Nia's there and she Vanna White's too. The iron bones.
You brought an Archdruid cold steel.
So
Not cold steel.
But so funny story. These are bones of creatures. These are specifically from the ruins from PJ's just down the way. But so far, we've also encountered a dryad that was infected with cold iron, and also a hag. So,
A winter ladrin and a summer ladrin.
and that,
And a changeling.
also that. So, we were told that you might be able to help.
Yes, Abe.
Frostbite would slip into Druidic.
Mm-hmm.
The Druid at Whitespires said you might know more about the Order of the Ordos and the resurgence of the Iron. This makes 9
He would
that I
answer.
have slayed.
He would answer you in Druidic. If the iron are back, that explains the blood. Bring them up to the house. Don't let them touch the ground. It would react badly. Come on, y'all. Let me get y'all some refreshments. And
I have to stay on the carpet.
And back in common, he would go, and I believe we found some journals you may be interested in. Grandfather, great-grandfather,
Invictus?
Invictus.
You found the journals of Invictus Planeweaver.
We did.
Where
And-
in hell did you find them?
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long story.
Refreshments. We can talk about this over those.
Indeed. So he'll walk you back to what looks like an overgrown shotgun house with a dog run porch right through the middle. And unsurprisingly, dogs. A pair of them, scent hounds, laying out on the porch. Even in the dead of winter, his garden is blooming and overflowing with all manner of fruits and vegetables. As he walks up on the porch, there are a pair of potted trees to either side. And he reaches out and touches them. And in moments, they have bloomed and then fruited. And he starts picking lemons. Oh, come on. And he'll lead you in the house and start making lemonade.
I love it. It's so good.
All right, now that we're not over the ground, anybody who cares to can unload the bones over there in the corner. I'll take a better look at him in a bit.
Let's heave
Allow
him.
me enjoy your tea.
And Marge would start unloading the bodies.
Okay.
It doesn't take him long to have drinks ready for you. Sets them down in front of you, one in front of himself. You can give me the long story later. Meantime, maybe I've got one for you. Y'all been stomping around here long enough. Y'all probably run into some muddy ground. Well, I may not have Invictus's journals, but I do know a little bit of lore. Something or someone is trying to weaken the hold of the Fae on the material plane. By poisoning the ground and the water and the trees, they can break the connection, making it easier for the iron to take hold. Now, the iron can't claim that either, but I've been fighting this for a couple months now. I can't quite seem to stay ahead of it. Every time I consecrate a piece of ground, it spreads in a different direction. Which way did y'all come from?
Southeast.
Southwest.
Gestures in the direction.
How far has it gone down that way? Is it to Gibson's Ferry yet?
Not yet. It's closer to my house than it was the last time we were there, though.
Maybe my next stop needs to be your house. I can at least consecrate the ground around it. I wouldn't have your grandmama's place fall victim to this. I'll get over there as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Of course. Don't know how much I can do for the swamp around it. It's slow going. But at least I can keep the house place safe.
I don't have the power you do. Is there any way I can help?
Sure. Find out what in the hell is doing this. I haven't found a source yet. I'm fighting symptoms, not the disease. Whatever's poisoning the ground, whatever's poisoning the trees, it's probably, well, almost certainly, now that I know they're for real, allied with the iron.
So, funny you should mention that. We aren't 100% certain, but we believe that at least, oh my god, why do I keep blanking on this Warforged Snake Man's name?
Lunomic.
The Lunomic, thank you. The Lunomic is aligned somehow with the Ironborn. And we believe that he took your grandfather, great-grandfather, and has him in some manner trapped. However, he keeps the librarians connected.
You turned him into a librarian.
He turned him into a librarian. Nikki was trying to remember how that got worded, but yeah. So, and whether or not the other courts, it specifically Oberon, either is aware of it and does not care, or is also affiliated, we are not sure. Last time, but we saw them together with Shirsha and the goddess of faith, Lunestra, at a masquerade party where it was on neutral ground, but also the Baron and Baroness of Balmoral.
Let's back this up about 6 steps.
It's a lot, I'm aware.
Did you say that shit weasel had my grandfather?
Yes.
That is what the librarians we ran into alluded to.
That he had turned your grandfather into one of them, and while they were still connected via the way that the librarians are connected, got the last final thoughts from your grandfather before that connection was severed. Though I doubt he destroyed your grandfather.
I'll be taking that up with the temple soon enough.
Which temple?
First one I come to. Hell, I could head into Vinok for this.
Okay.
We've been meaning to go.
As Nia's explaining that, Frostbite would be gathering the journals that Marge has scanned
Mhm.
and stacking them on. Does he have a coffee table?
Yeah, I mean, y'all are sitting at a pretty big dining table.
Well,
Is
he
it
would
a
be
dining
stacking-
table made of like antlers?
Yes, cannon.
Goodness.
But yeah, he would be stacking them onto the dining table. Invictus's journals.
You included the I don't think it was technically a journal. It was like sheets of paper that had the last bits.
Everything that Marge has scanned
Yeah.
is getting.
He'll pick them up and start to leaf through them.
Oh, and there was one more that we had as well that should also get thrown in that pile as well.
Aoife has it.
I do have it, but I believe it's actually at the house. So
Oh, well, you
Well.
can come get it when he comes around.
indeed.
He'll pick them up and leaf through them. And you can tell it kind of hits him. He wouldn't have any, the stories would have been that his grandfather simply disappeared. Y'all don't know the story of his mom and dad. But you can tell he lives here alone. He's an old man. He leaves through a few of them quietly and sets them back down. I owe you for this.
It's truly nothing.
You apparently face down librarians in the wild to get these. I wouldn't say that's nothing.
To be fair, those librarians were actually
They
quite docile.
They
all things
wanted our
considered.
help.
They
They
don't
want us to
want
free the rest of their kind.
Given what may be among the rest of their kind, I have to consider that a laudable goal. But
Also, with some of the other information I have received and yet to been able to research, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if the Lunomic was dismantled.
at the moment, I'm having a hard time disagreeing with you. However, that is not exactly going to be easy.
We
You
also
said
need
you-
to.
Go ahead.
We also need to see what ties are actually there. If it's just him acting alone.
Well, I can tell you for sure that Oberon ain't going to be in on any of this.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, just
No,
No.
no, that's whatever God you thanked. Thank him again.
But I don't know if that makes it any better.
no.
That he's
Because
just
would he do anything?
Oblivious.
he's just oblivious, completely unaware of what's going on in his own court. Going on around him, as it
Well,
were.
right now, his court's not in power.
Doesn't mean he shouldn't know what's going on. I know
guess-
nothing of how the Fey courts work, so this is just me.
No, you're not entirely wrong. The fact that they were in the same room together is surprising. But you said it was a court of neutral territory, and that would mean something to Oberon. If he knew something, anything, he wouldn't have acted in that place. But he could have left and acted immediately. That the Lunomic is still an ongoing concern suggests to me that he didn't know.
We also aren't sure where the Lunomic is at the moment. Whether or not he's back at the library, maybe. Last we saw him, he was snatching up the Baron and Baroness into a portable hole. Not portable. A dimensional hole.
Yeah, he's good at those. He probably took them back to the stacks.
What are the stacks?
Librarians Stacks. The information stores inside the library.
I have never actually been, so
Oh, well, it's an experience. Let me tell
Most
you.
mundane libraries have a stacks, but I bet the libraries are quite different.
I've only actually been in the stacks once. I wouldn't recommend it.
Where is it located?
Well, the way most people get there is, well, you don't get there without an invitation from the Namek.
we've got a golden ticket.
Into the stacks or into the temple, because there's a difference.
Into the
Never mind.
temple.
Simple.
But
Now, say someone had the ability to also open up a dimensional portal that could take one a certain distance. Could that break through and get them to the stacks? Just curious.
Mm. Well, I've only been to 2 temples, one at Balmoral and one at Vinok. The way they're laid out is you come up the grand stair through the front door, and there's a desk, usually manned by an orc or an elf. And behind it, there's a portal. That's where the librarians enter and exit the stacks. There's only one set of stacks. No one knows where it's physically located. But all of the portals supposedly go back to the same set of stacks. So in theory, sure, stand outside the library, open your portal against the face of the main portal, and walk through. And then pray the librarians don't kill you.
With our luck.
Or send someone small, fast, and discreet in.
So not me.
There's nobody in that party, our party, that's like that. That's not true. Sorry, we've been talking about this, and oh no, why is Nikki really bad with names? Planesweaver, this gentleman,
Maleous.
Alias, thank you. It's a very important question for you. You know about shape changers and
Well, sure.
changelings in that nature. Do you know where changelings come from?
Mm. I'm trying to decide which question you're asking.
It's
I think
Where do
we
they
can safely-
originate from?
I think we can safely say that Nia is not asking for a
Birds and
reduction
bees?
on how
Well, when a mommy changeling and a daddy changeling
procreate.
no
Indeed.
goodness no.
Oh, all right,
I-
thank God, because that was going to get awkward.
No. There is a small changeling that has yet to mature that I wish to
Oh.
return to its family, or at least its kind, so that it's not in danger of getting into the wrong hands and abused in that nature.
I know that there is a place that they all live together when they are not among the solids.
That's a word.
Where that is, I don't know. I've only met a handful of them, and it's a closely guarded secret. You might want to consider, well, think of who would know. Oberon for sure.
Oh, goody.
Probably Queen Titania. Maybe Mab. I don't know how much she deals with changelings these days. Most of the high court nobles probably have some clue, but for sure you're going to have to go to royalty.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Sorry, I don't have a right answer for you, but
No, I imagined it was a very difficult and hard thing to find, which is good, and which is why it's very important that this one get brought back. Don't know how it ended up here, but I know how it ended up in my bag, so. It was a key. I thought it was a key to some chest.
oh,
And then it changed from a key into something else.
interesting. Do you have it with you?
Hot. Got it. To change into your favorite thing.
It turns into a tiny you.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'll be damned. Huh. I ain't never seen a little one before.
He is growing.
Easy now. Hmm. Well, from what I understand, they grow by learning to turn into new things.
Oh yes. Why don't you turn into the thing that you fought with this morning when I was asleep with frostbite?
The thing it fought with?
Do you change it to the dragon? Yeah, I was trying to make a joke mostly about you were a dragon, he was a mega croc, but no,
I didn't know what, like, Maleous' reaction to the two things would be different. That's why I was checking.
Yeah, no, turn to the dragon.
And he does. And just because he can, he'll shoot off a little fire. Huh. Ain't that the neatest little thing? Of course, he ain't never going to grow big enough to turn into a proper dragon. He'll reach out and give me a little scratch on the back of the head. But
Goodness, I hope not.
we probably all better be thankful for that.
And she'll have him go through a myriad of things, including the images of Asa, and ask, do you know about this particular changeling?
If I do, it ain't in that form.
Mm.
Doesn't mean I hadn't met him, but not like that.
Unfortunately, this one also fell to the Iron Court, and the last time we saw him, he was completely set in iron.
I didn't know they could do that.
The last thing he said before doing that was, oh my god, why don't I have my notes out? I'm such a bad D&D player.
Blood and bone and burning sky.
Yes, thank you. I'm like trying to remember everything off the top of my head because I can't find my notebook. It's somewhere. Yes.
Blood and bone and burning the sky.
Apparently, that is all he was saying after
Oh no, I think
the colonel broke him.
sorry, this
in
is Nikki out of
interrogation.
character. I think he didn't say anything, and then he said that right before he turned into iron. Unless I'm wrong, and he was just muttering that and then turned into iron.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, he was repeating it over and over and over.
Oh, I see.
Everyone give me an Arcana check.
Oh boy! Hiya! 12. Yeah.
19.
2.
18.
Everybody who rolled over a 15. Something twigs in your head. These sound like they could be components for a ritual. you think about them being chanted. And how you would go about casting ritual spells. And these could, in fact, be material components. So, y'all look like y'all just saw a ghost.
Except for Diana. Diana's just like, what is happening?
I rolled a 12, so I don't know.
Diana and Nia are just staring at each other, just like
She was
this
busy.
lovely.
She was putting pod back in her hair after she's like, oh, and he can turn into a beholder too.
The night before we got the message that he had turned from Colonel Biloxi, what was the phase of the moon?
I feel like Eva
Waxing gibbous, wasn't it?
know.
I don't even remember that we discussed it.
Yeah, I remember mentioning it. I'm pretty sure it was waxing gibbous. You're getting close to a full moon.
Like 5 days from the full moon.
They're about.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are items that could be ritual components. If he was repeating them, the blood and bone are easy enough, but burning sky.
Burning sky. Maybe it's a time of day. Maybe it would have to be done at sunrise.
Or noon. Or sunset.
Or at sunset. Is it both?
But what kind of ritual would it be? Is it the ritual to bind someone to the iron? Is it to change them into full iron like Asa was?
I wouldn't know. It's not a spell I know or a ritual I know.
I know. I'm mostly.
Hey, Justin.
Yes.
When Diana went plane dropping, were any of the skies on fire?
Oh, several of them.
Red.
Yeah. I mean, you went through a couple of hells there.
Yeah.
9 of them, probably.
Would that have anything?
I mean, as they're talking, you would have images of the planes of fire, city discs, that sort of thing. You went through, all 9 hells, the elemental plane of fire.
Would it click once I heard them talking about it? That's maybe what the cultists were doing.
Could be. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say the more people say Sky of Fire, that you're like, yep. This is the thing.
Like, wait. When I fell in that portal, I went through literally all the realms. There was burning sky. It's not
drawing that woman's blood.
It's not that hard
There was
to
the
get
bone
burning
throne.
sky if you can realm jump.
The portal's gone, but there might be others.
I'm more curious about what they were doing.
They were all iron. We'd have their bodies.
Well,
Well, the remains anyway.
we can always go back and get the head cultist. Do we have anybody who can bring back the dead?
I mean, we would have to open that portal, though.
Yeah.
I definitely did not let definitely didn't let part of him out.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't know what plane he's on at the moment. And like
He
bits
could
of
be
him are
anywhere.
probably scattered across the plains.
Fair point.
That's a wonderful image.
The wheels are turning.
What
Like,
about if
what
we
could a
take
ritual before
one of these bodies? Could they potentially? Someone could talk to the dead? I can't. Someone better than me probably can.
That's definitely out of my wheelhouse.
It's not mine either.
Not the
It
moment.
How
could
much-
be.
How much
Could
of the
be, but
body
it's
do you
not.
have to talk to the dead?
From what
Yeah.
I remember, so you just need a. Oh. It either has to be very recently that they have died, and you just need the corpse and some incense, or you need to be a much higher level cleric, and you have to actually bring the spirit back.
Well, Aoife, don't you know one of those?
I'm sorry. A what?
Don't you know a cleric
I do.
who's decently close-ish by?
Yes.
There's also the guy that brought Frostbite back, or Petrus back, if you can find him again.
No, I think he was a wanderer.
I think that was a once in a lifetime experience, right?
I'm good. I didn't like his guitar. It looked really weird.
So for the record, for everybody's clarification, the corpse must still have a mouth and it cannot be undead. So
Cool.
mu-
So
it
we can
must-
take a
must be-
skull.
must be a corpse, must have a mouth as opposed to a skeleton. I don't know if that semantics, maybe it counts, but to me it doesn't have a mouth anymore. It's not a corpse, it's a skeleton. So
It doesn't have the means to speak. Yep. Like it doesn't have lungs, it doesn't have a tongue.
blah 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 blah.
Dead man's tongue, dead man's chunks,
That was my idea.
Sorry.
Well, I guess the next time one of them jumps out and tries to kill us, then we just don't burn it right away. And
Well, you saw what happened with the Eladrin I shoved in the closet. It got up and walked away.
Love how we're having this conversation with Maleous right here, and he's like, "I'm sorry, it just what?"
I'm sure he's seen some shit.
Maleous, do you know any rituals that would use blood and bone and burning sky?
No. That sounds like necromancy. And that's way outside my wheelhouse.
It
And for the
Wait.
record, yeah, friend, I certainly have seen some shit. I was in the war.
See?
As
Told
was
you.
I. Wait, does anybody got a pen and a piece of paper?
Of course. Dick's in the
I
bag.
have the to-do list. Use the back of it.
Frostbite in Druidic is going to write blood and bone and burning sky on the back of the piece of paper and hold it up to Marge and go, "Hey, Marge, can you scan those images for that phrase?"
Ooh, good thinking.
Never go. Clever Marge.
Marge comes back with references
This
to
is
each.
does his eyes do the
like the little pinwheel. Here's living.
oh my god.
Marge runs OS 10.
No, Marge runs on Linux, damn you.
Wow.
Didn't realize
I
it was
just
going to get so heated.
spinning penguins.
Yes.
Does that mean Frostbite can turn into a penguin?
Ooh.
Oh shit! I said it, didn't I? Yep. Okay.
You did. Well, he's winter. So.
He is right. That's right. Exactly right. Surely they're penguins in the winter court.
I want
Puffins.
this. I want this. I want this.
Maybe animated ones. Who knows?
Please, God.
So, yes, he comes back. Marge comes back with each of the phrases individually, but not strung together that way. All of the references to the burning sky have to do with Second Age lore. Blood and bone are kind of all over the place for lots of different reasons. Do you want to do any searching around that?
The Second Age lore regarding the burning sky.
Yes.
Any reference to rituals?
Yes. All of them are around the resurrection of Noldbark. So there's this wasteland that the Druids have been trying to bring back. And all of it has to do with the effects of the burning sky on that particular bit of land.
Which is the east of the continent, correct?
Yep. And why the burning sky affected it differently. Most of which is supposition.
Suppositions normally based slightly in fact, so.
Yep. So your friend there looks a little dazed. Is he all right?
He's scanning your grandfather's journals for reference to blood and bone and burning sky.
Huh. I ain't never
You can't
seen
read
Warford do
Druidic.
that.
He's special. Very, very special.
He must be.
One of a kind.
He's been through a lot, but he's come back stronger.
Haven't seen anything remotely like that in about 12, 15 years.
What did you see like that 12 or 15 years ago, if you don't mind me asking?
I was at a barracks in Vinok well before the war. And they didn't look quite like bears, but they were messing around with a wooden warforge. I always kind of liked the idea. What with what I do.
Yeah, when I found him and fixed him, he was metal, and I used ironwood to replace all the metal on him.
Done a damn good job. How long did it take you to bring him back?
Fully?
Yeah.
He was walking around under my control for about a year before he went down to a fireball. And then we took him to the artificers and they brought him fully back.
I'll be damned.
Got a new core and everything. Can run for another, goodness, what did he say? 3,500 years or so. Something like that.
Won't be around to see that, but that's a
No.
damn neat trick.
He can tell the stories of everything that he's seen. If we're still alive after all of this.
If we don't get answers soon, I don't think anyone's going to be around.
Indeed. So, y'all staying for supper?
Depends. What are you having?
Well, I mean, you saw the garden. I can make requests.
No, that's fine. I'm not going to lie. I was very worried you were going to offer up some sort of alligator, and we've met the big one. I just would have felt bad about eating one similar.
The big one.
Yes.
Hey, the frostbite? You do the thing? You want to do the thing?
Now he's embarrassed.
Now
You were
he's
so proud of yourself the other morning. This morning.
Look,
this
it
morning.
was
This morning.
fun and games.
If
It's
you don't
still
want
fun.
to, I can have Pod turn into it.
Frostbite will wild shape into the Zydeco
Mini Mega
smaller
Croc.
Well, he wouldn't be the mini croc because he's full size currently,
Right.
but he would be
Smaller.
Oh,
And then Nia will just decorate him with the swamp moss. Got some swamp moss on you. Got some spears and swords sticking out your back.
and knowing that he's a druid in the alligator form, he's gonna be like, yeah, except a hell of a lot bigger.
The size of Gibson Ferry.
basically.
Basically.
You met Avoye.
Oh, it has a name.
Aether here sang to it. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Did you?
You
now?
did. It was amazing. Magical even.
It was lovely.
I'll bet the old girl liked that.
Oh, it's a she. That checks out
Frostbite
too.
would swap back.
Not sure why she was walking around where that was, if it was because of the ogres or if it was because of the people.
I think the ogres had
Maleous.
been attacking it.
It looked like somebody had beat the hell out of her.
Or tried anyway.
I'll add checking on her to my to-do list. It's been about 4 years since I've been down there.
She was in Gibson's Ferry.
Oh goodness, you don't suppose what's
Came
going
out that far.
Yes.
Matter in hell.
It'd take more than a couple ogres to run her out that far.
So too. It makes me worried about what's in the heart of the swamp.
Yes.
She's a tough old girl.
Always.
I imagine she'll be all right, but
Maybe
That
if you
don't
get
make
the
me too
spears
comfortable.
and arrows out of her.
damn, that's a
Think-
shame.
I think soon enough we're going to have to make ourselves a trip.
Into the heart.
Tell her I send my love. I'll probably see her before then, though.
I mean, do we have to go by ourselves? What if we went with our new friend, acquaintance? You have business there.
I
We
do.
obviously might have business there. Combining our knowledge might be handy. Less likely for either one of us to potentially die to whatever's not the wonderful Zydeco.
And 12 eyes are better than 2.
They are at that.
Fair point.
Y'all provisioned for a long trip?
Could be.
Not we could be. We definitely could be.
I
Could
mean,
be.
We've got good berries.
Oh, don't do that to them. Let me make some real food.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless.
They work.
Damn. Yeah,
got
they
me.
work.
They got me through 6 months in the woods.
Yeah, notice the phrase you use, got me through.
And then you came home with me, where you ate my food. What was better?
You're stealing.
That's what I thought. All right. All right.
Oh, please tell me you've got your grandmother's recipe.
Of course. Like
Damn,
I would
I'm
make
coming
it any other way.
Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've had that stew.
Are we going to have a
it sounds
collab
like
happening
you're cooking
here?
tonight, Ava.
I just made stew the other night.
And we could eat it again. Yes, it was delicious.
Is where we are now closer to the heart, or would my house be
Your
closer?
house would be closer.
Okay. Well, then in that case, why don't we go home for the night? Maleous, you can come with us, of course. There's enough room for everyone. We can provision at the house, and then we can set out in the morning, and we can decide. We can have a discussion with our other person who is waiting for us.
Our housemate. Our house sitter.
housemate.
Let's say this the right way. He's waiting for you.
He's waiting for us.
He's
You and
waiting for
Lucy.
you and Lucy.
He is waiting for us to come home. So we can make a decision about whether or not all of us together about where we're going.
Of course. Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sounds like y'all have a private conversation to see to. I'll just meet y'all there in the morning. How about?
Wonderful.
Fair
We
enough.
will save you a bowl of stew, Maleous. Because we all know it's better the next day.
It is indeed. I look
If
forward
there's
to
enough
it.
left.
I will. If there's not, I know where to find it and that it's still getting made.
True.
Though, that being said, if you come tonight, it could be a round of this game that we play with
No.
the person that's there.
Yeah, no,
No.
no. We're still recovering from the last one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel fine. Unless you don't drink.
I
Maybe next
recognize we just met, but you seem like the best kind of trouble.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. You don't even know the first of it.
That is an accurate assessment. Indeed.
It's a good thing you're not my type.
I'm not sure how to take that, but I'll say thank you anyhow.
Yeah, you know, hindsight's 2020.
I mean, you still got sight for it.
Oh, so many jokes. Okay.
Oof.
And we're walking and we're flying. Do you want these skeletons, Maleous? If you plan to use them for whatever it is that you need to use them for, great, wonderful. We did have a thought to potentially bring them to a blacksmith to see if they could be repurposed for normal uses, but if that's not wise.
Leave me one. I don't need the whole stack. Do whatever you need to with the rest of them. I just want to do a little examining. Maybe work a little spellcraft on it, see if I can't figure something out.
Wonderful. We don't have to do a whole scene about going to Gibson Ferry to drop these off, by the way. If you
Yeah.
don't want to.
Nah, that's fine.
Unless Ashran.
Ashra, yeah. Nope. Anything else y'all wanted with Maleous before we go?
You thinking of anything, Abe?
He's just flipping to Druidic.
Mhm.
Does the name Carmel ring any bells to you?
Not off the top of my head. You give me a little more context.
A former companion, patron, was a spirit riding her named Carmel. We had a run-in with a intradimensional planeswalker who said she may be trying to set the world on fire. That they had cut the head off the snake once a few hundred years ago, but it seems to have come back. Sean Groth, Moon Clan Amon Jr.
Oh, Chauncey.
Apparently everybody knows Chauncey.
Chauncey gets around.
It's hard not to. Damn meddling son of a bitch. So, do you have the thing's full name?
I do.
What would it cost me to get it?
A favor paid later.
I did say.
Done.
And he would give him the name that he has for it.
Which is like a serial code, right?
Let me see if I can pull it up because that happened at work.
Yeah, there's a large string of numbers after it. He takes a look at it, stares at it for a really long time. Do you know how the iron work?
We've been told that they are people who have embraced it by the druid at Five Spire.
Yep.
Not much outside of that. I know they are trying to pull power, though, to overthrow the normal courts.
They are, in fact, a melding. If this thing's true name is as you say, in this case, it managed to meld with a Warforged. Somehow you are dealing with the shade. Indeed, the ghost of a Warforged.
That's currently riding around in a human woman.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but sucks to be her.
She was trying very hard to keep it at bay. It's been riding her for, I think she said 10 blood mirrors.
One hell of a fight. Somebody who ain't me needs to get that thing out of her.
She's been trying. I think the only thing that she said she hasn't tried is a spell that can grant a wish.
I ain't got one of those handy, unfortunately.
But if we were to somehow separate the woman from the ghost, where would we put it so that it doesn't simply latch on to someone else?
My suggestion, put it back in a Warforged and shut the damn thing off.
I would like a better one that's not pear-shaped.
I didn't mean him.
I know. That's a thought.
Best I can tell, he's already got at least an operating system. You'd have to ask a cleric about a soul.
There's something more there. What? I don't know.
Seems like. Well, it's starting to get dark, and y'all probably ought to think about heading back if you're not staying for dinner. You don't want to be in those woods after dark.
No.
You don't.
Oh, very strange question. This thing. She sets
Only
the puck.
one.
She sets the puck on the table. I keep forgetting. I've got a lot of things in my bag, and yeah, just things. But she pulls out the puck with that with the candelabra. Like, do you know what these are? These were in what we assume to be your grandfather's office.
As soon as you set the puck down,
Mhm.
he scoots back a little bit.
Ah, great.
He kind of does one of these at it. Huh. You said that was in my grandfather's office.
Yep, with the candelabra.
He looks back and forth between them.
Show him what it does.
And the candelabra turns on.
That tracks.
What do you mean that tracks?
That thing right there
Mm-hmm.
is carrying some sort of ferromantic charge. That's iron magic.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no, not like the iron, not them.
Oh, thank God.
No. There are people in the world, supposedly, who used to be able to manipulate metal the way I manipulate the world, the way I manipulate Earth. That's their working. I don't know anything about their rituals. Like I said, I've never actually met one. But that's undoubtedly what you got your hands on.
Well, I'm perfectly fine holding on to it if it seems to upset your sensibilities, but it might be written in your grandfather's journals if you're curious. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know.
Well, believe me, I'll be reading them. But I have a hard time imagining he would be a ferromancer. Everything I've ever heard said he was a druid. At least that's what Daddy said. I have no reason to think he was lying.
Well, was your father a druid as well?
Yeah,
What
Still
about
is.
What about your great grandfather?
as far as I know, not many stories survived of him. My daddy didn't know him, so it's all secondhand. No, Mom and Dad are off in Nultbark.
Trying to repair the damage there.
Yeah, been at it for 100 years.
So why?
Yeah, just a minute. Took off that way right after I got out of college. Gave me this place and went to go do what they do.
I guess the sooner we figure things out, and maybe they can come back and visit. I don't know. I am uncomfortable with this conversation, so I'm going to step outside. Sorry, excuse me.
No. My apologies for your being uncomfortable.
Not your fault. Completely unrelated.
As you say, ma'am. As Nia leaves, Maleous would look to the remaining three. Well, four. I'm so sorry I offended her. I don't quite know what that was about, but
Nia's,
please offer her my apologies.
Nia's case is a little special. So
Very
she's
well.
unfortunately not very close with her family any longer.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
But we should be on our way. You're quite right. It is getting dark. And
It is indeed.
yes. So we will see you in the morning.
Indeed. I will be waiting outside for you.
Wonderful.
Frostbite would shrink back down and sit on Marge's shoulder as they were walking out the door, and he'd turn and look at Maleous and then Druid go, "Be careful. Winter was on the move yesterday."
Yeah, I know. She passed through here. I'm not sure where she's headed, but the fact that she came this far south, something's shaking. And so, as you head out, it is getting late. There's a break in the clouds, and so you get a little more sunlight going home. You get home, back to the hut, just in time for dark to fall. Moon is close to fall, but not bright enough to compete with the glow of the rings. And almost like he knew you were coming, Petrus opens the door and welcomes you in.
Thank you for not making us argue with Manticore.
Oh, but Diana
You
loves
are
to argue with him
most
so
welcome.
much.
But there was just a moment where he did step on it. He was like, "Oh, ah!"
Oh, I'm already open.
Like, oh.
Oh, and so I think that's where we call it, friends. Thank you so very, very much, my players. Thank you. I love you so much. To everybody who was with us in chat tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to say a special thanks. Do I still have it up? Let's see. Yes, I do. Please go to the right page, because the monsters that you fought tonight were actually community created content.
Ooh. Ooh.
Really?
They are from the Monsters of the Guild source book by Glenn Cooper. Available for $15 on
Nice.
DM's Guild. I recommend
Nice.
there's some great stuff in there. And so
Apparently oozes that do 22 damage a slap.
yeah.
I'm glad it didn't hit me.
Yup.
Thank God for
That's right.
raging.
Yeah.
Oof.
And
You
so
can take it. No
yep,
big
we
deal.
can. Absolutely can. I have been, and technically still am, Justin McGregor, your DM and host. Going around the table, we have.
I am Liz, and I have been Aoife, your Swamp Witch Warlock for the evening.
You got it.
I did. We celebrated
me
the
off. I
first
was-
time.
Twice
We
in a row.
celebrated the first time.
It threw me off. I was used to like,
I was
So
right.
sorry. So
I'm
sorry.
Abe. I have been Frostbite, your fairy druid, and Marge, your Wolfforged barbarian.
I am Kayla. I have been your half-elf trap-finding paladin, Diana.
Hi, it's Nikki, and I will continue to be Nia, your wine-loving aunt and awkward siren lady of the lake.
Perfect.
There it is. Again, thank you all so very much, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Tyler.
Indeed. Thank you, buddy.
You're the best.